Hello, welcome to another thrift store digital camera review. Today I'll be looking at a Sony DSC-W310, found for just $5 at a local thrift store. Originally retailing for around $149, the W310 was a more budget option released in a lineup of 12 Cybershot cameras announced early in 2010. I picked this one up for a couple reasons. I liked the compact body and the black brushed metal front, though the silver accents aren't the best in my opinion. I also just liked that it's Sony, to be honest. It was in pretty good shape and had the battery and charger with it too. Mine, unfortunately, doesn't always open the lens cover, but nothing a little tap won't fix. Once powered on, the lens will automatically extend, starting at its widest focal length, 28mm full-frame equivalent. Using the simple zoom rocker on the back, you can reach all the way out to a full-frame equivalent of 112mm. Aperture isn't a strong point on this camera. Max aperture starts at f3 on the wide end and narrows to f5.8 when zoomed. And that's before considering the 5.6 times crop factor. Looking at the rear again, you'll find the 2.7-inch LCD, with just 230K dots, and no viewfinder of any type here. Though colors on the screen are alright, viewing angles are fairly poor, and the low resolution makes it harder to see if you nailed focus when reviewing images. Over to the right are all the controls, of which there aren't many. You don't even get a mode control without going into the menu. The little toggle for still or video is nice though, with each having their own dedicated menu. Using the camera is very basic. With the default settings, everything is automatic. Just point and shoot. Autofocus seems to work decently, with Steady Shot automatically turning on when half pressing the shutter to focus. All the exposure settings, such as shutter speed, aperture, and ISO, are all automatic. There is an option in the menu to choose a scene, which should help change the settings to more closely match the type of photo you are taking, but still auto. Or you can choose the program auto setting, which will still give you auto exposure, but also opens up a couple more options for ISO and metering lower in the menu. While using it, I left it in intelligent auto, and usually was satisfied with the results. While 12 megapixels is still enough today, in 2021, the JPEGs this camera produces don't hold up over a decade later. A lot of the time, colors are muted, with low contrast to the image. Indoor and low light performance obviously isn't great from this small, older sensor, and even outdoors causes some issues due to poor dynamic range. When it comes to the video, this is what you get. VGA at 30 FPS is the highest quality, and you are listening to the quality of the audio from the internal microphone as well. I guess it's not the worst. And you store all of that on Sony's proprietary memory stick Duo. Although this time, they give the option for SD cards, which makes things easier since I can't find where I put my USB cable. All that, however, is part of the charm. The photos you get from this camera have that mildly retro look you can only get from the terrible cameras from this time. But there really isn't anything special about this camera, which can actually be a good thing. I found it easy enough to use and light and small enough that I didn't even have to think about the camera. I could still shoot while being more in that moment instead of the settings. I wouldn't recommend this camera today, but still had fun taking a look back, and still enjoy throwing it in my pocket for day-to-day trips. What year was your first digital camera from? Comment down below, and until next time, thanks for watching.